Yesterday we cruised the St. Lawrence River in an area known as 1000 Islands. We made a 3-hour stopover at a very renowned island called Hart Island and toured a very special castle called Holt Castle. We learned about the very special love story behind this special castle. It was a very full day of enjoying the sights and sounds of 1000 Islands, followed by the tour of this special castle. If you have not already viewed the 2 previous videos showcasing yesterday's activities on the river, you will be pleased to go back later to view them. After a long and eventful day yesterday, we checked into a local hotel for the night and had a very restful night. Before we start our voyage back to our home in Brampton, we're going to explore Gananoque a little bit more. We're heading for the waterfront to explore Gananoque a little there. We're going to visit a museum and learn a little more about the history of this place. Greetings, we are Kevin and Lucy. Together we are Cooze Adventures. Join us to see a little more about this little town called Gananoque. This is Joelstone Beach in Gananoque. Here's the beach over here. Very small beach, but obviously set up for kids play. A little splash pad here for the kids to have fun. And beside it, there is a marina. Now that we are standing in this place called Joelstone Park, anyone interested to know about the history of the place would be thinking, who is Joel Stone, after whom this park is named? Wonder not, but head over to the Gananoque Town Hall at 30 King Street East, and you will see this plaque. Let's read it together. Colonel Joel Stone, born in 1749, died 1833. Born in Connecticut, Stone forfeited his home and property there, and he fled to New York to serve with the Loyalist militia during the American Revolution. He came to Canada in 1786, settled with his family in New Johnstown, now Cornwall, and was eventually granted 700 acres of land on the west bank of the Gananoque River. Here, he established mercantile operations, including a sawmill and a ferry service to cross the river. Stone was appointed Justice of the Peace for Leeds County in 1796, Collector of Customs for Gananoque in 1802, and later a Surveyor of Highways and Roads. In 1809, he was appointed Colonel of the 2nd Leeds Militia and was in command when American forces raided the village in September 1812. The settlement established by Stone formed the nucleus of the present town of Gananoque. Home of the Canada Goose. First class citizens of Canada. Policemen policing the waterways here. Stone Park. Really nice looking condo building set up right here on the waterfront. Gananoque. You can get a water taxi here. Not sure how far they would be willing to go, but there it is. Water taxi. The police are pulling over a boat and checking it out, making sure they have water on the water, beer on the pier. Got all their licensing gear, flotation devices required, all that kind of good stuff. Nice little boats coming and going to the marina. Busy little spot here this morning. Does everyone enjoy the waterfront and the lake, the river? After a while sitting in the little 1000 Islands lawn chair, Lucy and I have decided that it's far too hot in the sun. Let's go inside and spend some time at the Gananoque History Museum. The display of model ships built by William Morrison gets our first attention. The plaque reads, William Morrison spent his youth in the Governor General's Foot Guards and later joined the Lanark and Renfrew Scottish Regiment. He served overseas from 1942 to 1946. Upon his return to Canada, he became a contractor and a manufacturer of fine furniture. After he returned in 1990, he began to build from scratch boat models. Of the 4 he created, 3 are on permanent display here, and the RMS Discovery can be seen at the Canadian Polar Commission in Ottawa. As we contemplate finishing up our weekend here at Gananoque and 1000 Islands, we continue to read the various displays and learn a little more about the early days of life in this town and the surrounding area. yesterday we cruised the St. Lawrence River in an area known as 1000 Islands. Gosh, get it right.